Yo, what's up, world? Welcome back to the channel. APW Sports signing in. In yesterday's video, we covered the 5 teams who will improve in this year's 2020 season. We are so close to football. I am just so absolutely excited that we can finally have some football back. But today, we are going to cover the 5 teams who will see a downslide in 2020. But before I get into this video, about 60% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed to the channel. So if you are one of those people, click that subscribe button and also click that notification bell so you will not miss a video. We post consistently on here, so you will never be out of a video because there's always going to be something up. But let's get into this list. Without further ado, let's dive into it.
I'm striving to get rich. That's why I almost went 2 years without buying shoes and fits. Things change now. My mom hearing me with my music and she look a little proud.
Coming in at number 5 on this list, we have the New York Jets. This Jets team it's just crazy in a state of flux. It is already towards the beginning of the season, and this team is dealing with a whole lot of injuries. When you have Jamison Crowder hurt, Brashard Perriman hurt, Chris Hogan hurt, and these are your top 3 wide receivers. Not to mention that you have C.J. Mosley, who opted out of the season. This team is gonna be on a downfall. Le'Veon Bell has not been the same back that he was during his Pittsburgh Steelers era. Sam Darnold, the question is still out on him. Is he really the quarterback of this franchise for the future? This team is in a state of flux because Adam Gase and head coach has just not worked out. And then you pair that with him being the GM of the team, it has not spelled any part of success during Adam Gase's tenure. And then we have the elephant in the room that Jamal Adams, one of the top players in this league, is no longer on the team because, number one, Adam Gase and the way the organization is ran pissed him off. And number 2, they did not give him a contract extension. So now he's gone, and that is a huge part of your defense gone, and probably the best player that was on your team gone. So this Jets team, while they did add Frank Gore and they did add Flacco to back up Sam Darnold, this Jets team is just not going to be very good this coming year. With all that they have going on, Adam Gase, I don't think is the guy. Then you have ownership that had racial comments as well. Let's just say this Jets team is not going to be very competitive in 2020. The number 4 team on this list is the LA Rams. People are going to say, it's a shock that you have the Rams on this list. Hear me out on this one. Jared Goff, I don't think has proven to be the elite quarterback that they hope he would be, and the guy that they paid a new contract to, I just don't see him being that guy. And then on top of that, they still have a solid wide receiving core with Kupp and Woods, but you lose Todd Gurley. Malcolm Brown, he's solid, but I don't think he's a number 1 type of running back. You don't have a solid tight end, and you still have Aaron Donald on the defensive side of the ball, but this team has lost a lot. And not to mention, you do have Jalen Ramsey on the other side of the ball at corner as well, but I just don't see this LA Rams team being one of the contenders in this NFC West. And then on top of that, you still have the reigning NFC champion San Francisco 49ers in the division. Seattle, who added Jamal Adams to the fold, still in your division. And an Arizona team who traded for DeAndre Hopkins that is on the upswing with all the pieces that they have on offense and defense. It's going to be a competitive division. And if you had to count one team out, it would be the LA Rams, simply because it's not really adept as a team that they were, let's say, 2017, 2018, especially when you lose a guy like Todd Gurley. Even though he was hurt or has been hurt through sometimes, he's still one of those guys that you have to account for on the opposing team's defense. And when you don't have that guy in the backfield, you can focus on Jared Goff in the passing offense. And I feel that Jared Goff is not an elite type of quarterback, and he hasn't played well since the Super Bowl in 2018 when they lost to the New England Patriots. He basically threw them out of that game, and then last season he really did not have much success in the offense. Aaron Donald, you still have him in the fold, but it's not really a depth team. They lost a lot of pieces, and I just feel that this team, if any team in the NFC West, that's going to be the team that's going to be finishing in last place is the Rams. Coming in at number 3 on this list, you have the New England Patriots. Now, you're going to say, New England Patriots? They have Belichick. They have a defense. They have Cam Newton. That's all true. But the defense has lost a lot with guys opting out of the season. Dante Hightower opted out. Brandon King is out. Patrick Chung, who's been one of your reliable safeties, is out. And the offense really does not have much to play with outside of Julian Edelman. Sony Michel has been hit or miss. James White, he hasn't been the exact same player that he was in previous years. Your tight end position is basically nothing. Your offensive line is still there, but Cam Newton, I feel, is going to have the same problem that Tom Brady has last year, and that is going to be the lack of weapons that he has to throw to. Cam Newton does add a different dynamic as far as his ability to run the football, but he does not have the receivers that he can trust outside of Julian Edelman that you can really just say can get open consistently and catch the ball. Damiere Byrd and N'Keal Harry still have to prove themselves. Even the tight end position, Devin Asasi is not a name that I've even heard of, to be honest with you. The defense lost a lot with guys like Hightower, King, and Chung not being in the fold. And the main weapons that you have on defense is reigning Defensive Player of the Year, Stephon Gilmore, and Devin McCourty. And you still also have Jason McCourty. But that front seven, I feel, is not as talented as it's been in years past. Even though you still have the genius defensive mind of Bill Belichick, I can see this team, because of the offense, not winning the AFC East for the first time in what feels like forever. Honestly. Because it's just an offensive type of league. And last year, Tom Brady was so accurate with the football. He kept them in a lot of games because he basically threw receivers open. Cam Newton, great quarterback, great talent, but his arm is not as accurate as a Tom Brady. And I just don't feel he can throw these receivers open like Tom Brady did. And this offense is going to struggle just a bit in 2020. And I just don't feel that this team will be AFC East champions for the first time in what feels like forever this year. The number 2 team on this list is the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles on paper have a lot of talent, but they also have a lot of injury history. And that's just starting with Carson Wentz being in and out of the lineup due to injuries. Miles Sanders is dealing with an injury now. Alshon Jeffrey is out. Marquise Goodman, who they signed this offseason, opted out of the season. Jalen Reagor is dealing with the injury. Deshaun Jackson has been in and out of the lineup. And who knows what you're going to have to play with if this offense because of injuries. You still have Fletcher Cox on defense. Brandon Graham has been solid, but you lose a leader in the back end of your defense in Malcolm Jenkins when he leaves to go to New Orleans. And this defense really does not have a lot. They did add Darius Slay. Jalen Mills has been an okay piece, but outside of that, this team, number one, is going to be on the downfall. Number one, because of their injuries and not being able to stay healthy and have consistency is going to hurt this Philadelphia Eagles team going into this year, and especially now when you're still already dealing with injuries to a lot of your core guys, and Wentz, Jeffrey, and Lane Johnson is hurt, which is one of the better offensive linemen in the game. Jason Peters, they did resign. You still have Jack Ertz and Dallas Goedert at the tight end position, but who knows what this team is going to be, because they are always dealing with a ton of injuries, and guys cannot stay healthy. Will I see the guys stay healthy this year? It's going to be hard to say, because Carson Wentz has been truly hurt a lot during the course of his career, and Alshon Jeffrey, since he's been in a Philadelphia Eagle uniform, has been in and out of the lineup, and Deshaun Jackson has been dealing with injuries the last couple of seasons in his career. So who knows what this Philadelphia Eagles team is going to be, because they cannot stay healthy. And that's the main reason I have this Eagles team on this list, because health is always a downfall and always kills them ever since the Super Bowl season of 2017. The number one team on this list, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's just face it, guys. This Jacksonville Jaguars team is going to be easily a top 5 pick team, if not the number 1 overall pick. This team has lost so many weapons, so many key guys, so many key pieces within just the last 3 years. We can go down the list. We can have guys like Leonard Fournette, who they just recently released, Yannick Ngakoue, who they traded to the Minnesota Vikings, Calais Campbell, who they traded to the Baltimore Ravens, Jalen Ramsey, who traded to the Rams last season. AJ Bouye is no longer in the fold. And also you have Talvin Smith, that was dealing with some off-the-field issues. And not to mention that you have Allen Robinson, who signed with my Chicago Bears. And Blake Bortles was no longer the guy at quarterback. The Nick Foles experience failed, and this team is just all over the place ever since Tom Coughlin stepped in to really try to keep this team together, and it's really done nothing but split this team apart. Gardner Minshew, I can be honest, guys, Gardner Minshew, he's one of those quarterbacks that I don't really see a high ceiling for. He's a quarterback that is serviceable and can get you through the year or two. And that's just about it. I don't see him being one of those top tier guys at any point of his career. So you have him starting at quarterback. DJ Chark, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I am a big fan of his. I like the fact that he can get open. He's one of the better up-and-coming receivers in this league. But D.D. Westbrook is solid as well. But they did sign Tyler Eifert, but this guy is always hurt. Josh Allen and Miles Jack are probably going to be the two names on defense that can be consistent. They did draft C.J. Henderson in the draft, but when you go from a defense that was so elite in 2017 to what they have now, which is almost no part of that defense that's still around, Doug Marrone, let's just face it, I could easily see him getting fired mid-season. This Jaguars team is not going to be any good going into 2020. And then on top of that, you're in a team in the division with the Colts, who are improving. The Houston Texans, even though they lost DeAndre Hopkins, they're still a very good team. And the Tennessee Titan team that went to the AFC Championship game last year. So you have to face those teams twice a year. This Jacksonville Jaguars team is just so all over the place with the organization-wise and players being unhappy there. I can easily see this team only amounting to about maybe 3 or 4 wins. It's just not a hugely talented team, and it's just a continued demise since their 2017 AFC Championship appearance. But that's all I have for you guys. If you think another team should have been on this list, or you disagree with any team that I put on this list, please leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I would really love to see what you guys have to say about the teams that can potentially be on the downslide in 2020. That is all I have for you guys. APW Sports signing out. Make sure that you guys have a great and excellent day, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace out.
Wanna say thank you to my mom and my daddy for making love the night that you had me. Wanna thank my friends, my sister, and my brother.